Hello everybody! So this is something that's a little different. I'm not above responding to comments or messages that I get, but normally I just respond to a single comment in a video, especially if it's long. However, considering that a few people who've made videos like this concerning the topic of Yandere dev, and since I got a bunch of people asking me to show the rest of the speed drawing that I was doing in my original video, I figure, hey, let's add that into the mix while clearing up some stuff. I mean, what's the worst that can come from that?
He gets around 30 to 60,000 a month from people. He could have hired people to finish the game for him, quit stroking his shaft and stop sucking his cock. Yandere dev is taking his sweet time playing games 3 to 6 hours every day. At this rate, the game isn't going to be done for 20 to 40 years, if at all. This guy's just riding the gravy train as long as he can.
Oh, holy hell, what did I resign myself to do? Alright, so, as you've already seen, I've already made the commenters be unknown, and of course, I don't endorse any attacks against these people, and if you do it...
Stop it. Get some help.
But let's drop into this comment a new one, shall we? Quit stroking his shaft and sucking his cock. Someone didn't bother watching the damn video! One criticism that I do believe completely legit is involving copyright strikes against Asman, a fan of Yandere Simulator. Well, that's just embarrassing! If you think that criticism of someone is giving them a blowjob, congrats, you don't know that terminology. What you're referring to is dick riding, essentially a person who's consistently kissing up to another person to gain the good grace of the person being filleted. The fact that I criticize Yandere dev and say that I don't care for the game itself flies directly into that notion. People do not know what words mean on the internet. Well, that made me lose a few brain cells. What's next on the docket?
Don't drag up people's past behaviors on poor actions in the present that reflect he hasn't changed as a person. Only talk about his inability to code and take criticism because it's not like his poor reception to the criticism also reflects his bad attitude and how he acts as a person. And definitely don't bitch about him falling to follow up on promises and instead make excuses in order to waste more time, which in of itself is reflective of his ability to take criticism and use as a means to escape and get easy money from blind fans. Please, you can criticize Arjun and his stuttering half-assly when he doesn't know what he's on about and just parroting others as much as you want, but ignoring Rommel's points because he's trying too hard to be Medicare. What kind of weak-ass excuse is that? That's like if someone told you you're trying too hard to be just a robot. That's an irrelevant point where you're making an excuse for not listening to someone due to your own arbitrary ideals because you don't want to sit for their entire video. I said to all this video just so I could call you out on saying that.
First off, that quote, hyperbolic much? I never said anything in regards to that. Hell, I even say... Now, it's a 2-hour-long video, and while there's a lot of legitimate points in it, like how the coding of the game is a mess, as well as the whole copyrights against Asman, even showing clips and evidence, the video itself isn't without its own criticism. That's not me dismissing bringing up his past actions, but bringing up actions that don't have anything to do with the actual controversy. Bringing up one time he used a meme does nothing to the actual issues of the game of Yandere Simulator. A good comparison would be when Great Yandere was talking about the drama a long time ago and brought up how Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Matthew Santoro did comedy-based videos just to discredit them. Me admitting that there's legitimate points in the video is not me dismissing his entire video. Again, if this comes off as if you barely paid attention to my video, and me saying that he's trying too hard to be Medicare, that's not an excuse to dismiss his points. It was criticism of his video. I even say that it is a criticism against his video. Again, if you actually did smart things like listen to me and not stick crayons up your nose, you'd realize I wasn't dismissing his points. What kind of revisionist BS is this? Your comment is trash and doesn't deserve any more limelight. What's next? What's that? More JoJo? Okay!
You gotta love the internet sometimes, man.
No! Glad someone sticks up for Yandere dev. This will make his day. Nice drawing, by the way.
First, thank you very much. Second, while this is a positive comment, I do have to say that while I do defend Yandere dev in this a little bit, I also criticize him in the video. Look, from where I stand on the issue, I don't have anything really to gain. Do I want the guy to succeed with his game? Yes, but that's more for a creator standpoint. I have never once supported Yandere dev. I have never played Yandere Simulator, nor do I find the game to be appealing. I do think that Yandere dev should address the criticism against him. But that doesn't mean I don't find some of the criticism to be stupid. And that's a problem, really. The false or weak criticism mixed in with the legit criticism will muddy the waters and make it so that Yandere dev can become more defensive against people.
A full-time video game developer. I can do multiple things in one day. A full-time game developer.
I'm not sure what you're getting at, and the bad spelling is not helping. On average, a full-time position on average is 8 hours long. Even if we're generous with an 8-hour sleep, that still leaves another 8 hours for people to do what they want during the day. In addition, since we're on this topic, I should point out that Yandere dev has actually been open about his scheduling, including his streaming. Here, have a clip from some guy who apparently binge-watched a lot of my content.
Everyone I see makes it this huge thing that we should be in horror about, but why? He does indeed stream for about 3 hours a day, usually from roughly 8 to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But let's compare this 3 hours to the rest of his schedule, which he's been very transparent about over on Reddit. After streaming from 8 to 11, he'll take about a half hour to eat.
People keep giving me that comment, but if anything, this is him actually taking the criticism of that. I still stand by my statement that it's a stupid criticism that people get on him for streaming 3 hours a day. I understand that people have said that Yandere devs said that he works on the game all the time without breaks, but really that can mean a lot of things. But whatever.
What was the clip of Map Out?
Surprisingly, there are a lot of copies of this comment. Well, not really relevant. This is from a video discussing his WD Gaster, the first theory. For those who don't know, and a little history, he spent about 4 minutes talking about the hay he got for his Sans' Nest theory and his trip to the Pope video. Now, there's a lot that can be said for both the theory and the 4 minutes, and if you want to know my thoughts on both, I actually did videos responding to both of them. There'll be links in the description.
Shameless
What do you think of him not crediting volunteers or stealing assets without permission?
Honestly, I do think at the very least he should credit the volunteers, both in the game's credits and on his website. And maybe even promote the artists. When it comes to stealing assets without permission, again, I do not approve of that. Did you do the voice work for the Death Cries in Dark Souls, or were you passing a kidney stone? You know too much of my secret job. What art program do you use? Again, this was a question that was asked a lot of me. I use Paint Tool Sign. It's a program that you can find online for both a cracked free version or a paid version. I use an older version, but I also have Photoshop and a few other programs at my fingertips.
Your bug's point is irrelevant and not even beta.
Okay, I've never seen someone miss the point, so... Oh, wait. An example of that earlier in this video. Whoops! Anyway, the point was more towards the coding of the game, and how every time Yandere adds a new feature to the game, more bugs appear. He has to be able to fix this coding issue, otherwise the game will have problems in the final product. That was the point. In fact, another comment actually makes this point. I'll leave it up on the screen for a few seconds, so if you guys want to pause and read it, go for it, but I really don't feel like speaking all that. Yep. Agreed! So we're in agreement. Pizza is best with pickles and hamburger meat.
How much did you enjoy sucking Yandere dev's balls?
Again, with the people not paying attention to my original video. I understand that the average attention span of a YouTube commenter is, what, 10 seconds? No, wait, I'm being too generous. But can you not make yourselves to be ignorant? I thought you were MatPat from Game Theory. Say what? Yandere Simulator is a meme game. I don't see why anyone takes it and its development so damn seriously. Well, part of that stems from the fact that Yandere Dev has made a lot of promises in the past and is making a lot of money for what is essentially an unfinished product. Granted, I don't fully agree with the criticism of it, but whatever, that's basically the whole thing. I didn't listen to a single word you said. I was too busy watching you draw, and I don't regret it. My God! I can control people by speed painting! The real problem is why this video didn't show up in my notification. What the The real problem is why didn't this video show up in my notifications? Damn it, you damn! Gee. What?
It's super unfair for you just to blankly say ignore negative comments. If you're creating something from your heart, even for other people, it matters even if it's only for a little, what those people think. And when it's something you hold dear to you and you receive hate for it, it affects your emotions. Yeah, you can ignore it, but would you tell a writer who gets poor reviews that he doesn't have to listen to the negativity? Yeah, the internet's mean. Yeah, it's criticism, but everyone is allowed to have feelings. Leaving horrible people to be horrible people while we ignore them is one of the reasons why the world is messed up.
Alright, so what do you suggest? No, seriously, tell me what you would do. My issue is more towards Yandere Dev isn't doing anything to curb it. And even then, if it does affect him, the last thing you should do is show people that it does affect you. Then I'll just invite more people to do the same thing and provoke Yandere Dev. Dude, the drama is over. Dave's not here, man. Well, about half the audience watching this won't even get that reference. God, I'm old. You say not to prod the fire, then go on to say prod the fire. Cool, dude. I guess I just peg this as a lack of experience opinion piece.
You got us. We're here to take over your country.
The 2-hour video was actually really informative for me. It was entertaining and helped me get into his mindset as a game developer. I guess it didn't help you that much, though. But that's fine. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Like I said in my video, there was a lot of legit criticism in it, but it became a bit of a chore with all the insults and petty criticisms thrown into it. Okay, now tell me who you were drawing in the entire video. Alright, so I guess I'll say this. I'm trying to start my own video game, and the character I was drawing in the video, and in this video I guess, is the main character of said game. I don't want to give too much since my game's really in the early stages, but this is the main character called Iris. Maybe if you guys are more interested in her, let me know in the comments and I'll do more videos talking about her in the game itself. Ooh, look at the time! It's Yahweh o'clock! I was wondering why my clock was an hour slow. I don't care if people hate him, I don't care if people love him. I only have 3 questions. He needs to open comments, and even if he doesn't, read them. It's just waiting on a very long but small game that's not exciting as GTA release, but it's a release. The question here is when and why do a lot of us watch him? That's what I'm asking. If you're the type of guy that says, I hate that insert name guy, then 10 minutes later you're binge watching his channel, that's why I don't hate nor love him. Because it becomes unsettling to say that you hate someone you don't know the face of, or any backlash towards anyone, but anyways, that's just my comment. And aside from the first one, that wasn't a question, it was a pretty decent comment. You're... You're come across as a bit of a white knighting him, but that's mostly because I find defending horrible people in any way as terrible. He's basically another Lao cow who almost as ugly as Chris-chan too. Do people not realize I spend most of the first half of this video validating legitimate criticism and criticizing him myself? I honestly have to wonder if people actually see that. What his outro? Now this is a question I get all the time on my videos. And I'm sure I'm going to keep getting this question, but I might as well address it now. Yay. This is the opening of Dobetsu Sentai Zuonja, a Japanese Super Sentai show that has most of the members of the Ranger team as, well, furries. Not even kidding on that. That is the actual show with live-action fursuiters in it. It's not too bad, actually. Ugh, bugs! Ah! Why did you jinx me? This is the worst bug possible! I almost guarantee he's going to copyright strike this. Well, if Yandere Dev does, you can guarantee I'll fight tooth and nail about it. Make plenty of videos about it, too. And that's about it. There's like a lot more comments, but I don't want to go over every single one. I don't normally do this, but I thought it'd be fun and a good idea to talk about this stuff since there were a lot of people asking questions and bringing up points in my original video. I don't know if I'll do stuff like this again, but hey, if it was fun, who knows? Thanks for watching, and for those who subbed to me recently, welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy the content. I'm MangaKamen, and remember to examine your fandom.
Live!